Hi, my name is McKinley Gilmore, and today I have the difficult task of introducing Evie Fowler. There are so many ways to describe Evie. She is generous, kind, and incredibly talented. You may know Evie as the music girl, but I have had the absolute privilege of getting to know her not only as a musician, but also as an individual. As a castmate in St. Mary's Theater, I have seen Evie tackle choreography, seemingly endless hours of rehearsal, and memorizing lines with grace and ease. She goes above and beyond to ensure that each cast member feels included and is always the first to step in whenever anyone needs help picking up a dance move or memorizing lyrics. Evie is truly a rock star. I hope she remembers all of us when she's famous one day, but for now, I give you Genevieve Grace Fowler.
Around 30 years ago, two very hardworking high schoolers from Union City, Tennessee, went on their very first date. She was the class valedictorian who went on to become Miss Tennessee just like her mom, and would later graduate from Vanderbilt Law and become a lawyer. He was the student council president who played football, professionally raced dirt bikes, and eventually started his own company. They traveled the world together, lived in Scotland, and along the way merged their families and friends into what I now fondly call the Framily. If you haven't guessed by now, these people are my parents, and this family is mine. It is comprised of immediate family members, cousins, step-cousins, exes, and friends who have been a part of our family for generations. If there is one thing that every member of the family has in common, whether they're from Los Angeles, New York, Kansas City, or Nashville, it is that they can tell a very good story. And I've grown up hearing all of them. Whether we are with family and friends at my grandparents' house, the lake, or a spur-of-the-moment dinner, it doesn't matter where, the storytelling continues. I have always heard stories about my parents growing up, and one thought has sat in the back of my mind while hearing them. What are the stories that people are going to tell about me? Like many of you, I have an idea of what I want my life to look like and what I want to accomplish. And for so long, I felt like I needed to force the story. I needed to ensure that I would have stories like my parents. Forcing a story also came into play with music. As some of you may know, I'm a songwriter. I've been writing songs for as long as I can remember, and I used to try to write songs based on things I hadn't experienced personally, instead of using my voice or sharing my own story. That changed the summer after my freshman year when I attended a series of songwriting workshops that taught me an invaluable lesson. Write what you know. Over and over, I heard people say, write what you know. Share your story and your songs will be great. And over time, I not only applied this to my music, but to my life. I realized that I didn't have to force myself into a story that I wrote, I just needed to live the one that was already written for me. Although I originally thought that the important and interesting things were happening somewhere else to someone else, I realized it has been the unplanned experiences in my life that have made it the most worthwhile. For example, I never would have planned meeting Lillian when I signed up for School of Rock in the 5th grade, or any of our memories in the last 6 years, from middle school dances to singing in my kitchen and everywhere in between. I never would have planned randomly asking Sophie if she wanted to go to CMA Fest the summer after freshman year, and what an amazing friendship full of trips to Lost D and long talks and weird study that would turn into. I never would have planned getting into Grammy Camp, getting a pet pig, living in LA for a month, being an editor-in-chief for Tatler, finding the best homes in the St. Mary's and MUS drama departments that I could ever ask for, that I would become Jack and Elle's chauffeur, or that my house would become my best friend's second home. It has been the things I did not plan, the long car rides down Poplar listening to music, the last-minute decisions to go to Ugly Mug, the Friday nights in the MUS student section that led to everyone sleeping on mattresses on my floor, and the family dinner conversations that end with laughter that have made my life great. St. Mary's, we have been through it all together. Thank you for bearing with me when I start laughing so hard that I cry while trying to say something. Thank you for encouraging me and lifting me up on the days when I needed it most. Thank you for being there every step of the way for the past 15 years. I cannot wait to see where each and every one of us ends up next year, or how our stories will unfold. But all I can say now is I'm so grateful you have all been a part of mine. Thank you.